we're going to wrap up our show. We got our good friend, Jersey Jerry, back on the show. It is Bring Your Lunch Pail / Guys on Chicks. So we're going to talk a lot of different questions. But let's begin with your Steelers. How are we feeling about the playoffs?
I feel good. I was just at my desk, just sitting over there, just thinking about stuff, and I think this team could make a run. People laugh at me. I put up a tweet today. I really think the Steelers could beat the Chiefs. I got laughed at, humiliated on Twitter, but I really believe it. If the defense steps up, and if they can contain, Mahomes and Hill. Hill's not 100%, let's not forget.
True.
And Kelsey. The Chiefs are due for a bad game, man. They really are just due for one.
You know what the key to the game is? You got to heat Mahomes up.
Mm-hmm.
You got to heat him up.
Yep.
If you can hit him.
If you can heat him up.
Yep.
Break him in half.
Yeah. Just make him think about you.
For sure.
That's when you run into problems with Mahomes, is when he's not even thinking about the rush. When he starts thinking about it, he's liable to do weird stuff.
Oh, exactly. And for anybody who's been watching the NFL this year or the past 3 years, let's say 3 years, the past 3 years, the best defensive player in football has been T.J. Watt. It's a fact.
I'd agree.
He's
Aaron Donald too. This year it's T.J. Watt. He's my defensive player of the year.
Yeah.
Aaron Donald's win rate is very, very high.
Yeah, I have a vote.
I know you have a vote, but I'm just saying, you look at the numbers, even last year's numbers, T.J. Watt beats him in 5 out of 7 categories.
You do have you are such a diehard Steelers fan. I knew that from the second I met you, because I think we were maybe an hour into our relationship and you were giving me stats about how T.J. Watt beats Aaron Donald in all the important numbers. And that's a great fan characteristic to have, to just walk around with info in your head to get into debates.
And knowing it's not really debatable because it's a real number.
Right, you close it. We watched Sunday Night Football. We were here in the studio. We were all watching your stream.
Yeah.
Confirm or deny, there were tears in your eyes.
Yeah, I was crying.
Just a little.
I was crying. When Herbert got the 2-point conversion, I just started tearing up, and I'm like, this is it. This is how Ben's gonna go out, and it's not fair. You know what I mean? And I'm so happy. I even donated to Carlson's charity. He has a bunch of charities.
I love that.
I even donated $50 to his charity.
Ultimate fan move.
Out of respect, you know what I mean?
Didn't the Bills build an entire wing of a hospital for Andy Dalton?
I think they saved 1 million children.
Yeah, incredible.
Yeah, it's crazy, But yeah, dude, like I said, Big Cat, I think this team is, the story of the Steelers this year and even last year, they just find a way just to win. They just find a way to win, and I think Tomlin does a good job of rallying the boys around him. And I wouldn't be surprised. There's a lot of Steelers fans that will be like, oh, my God, I'll be so surprised if the Chiefs lose. I won't be surprised.
No.
I won't, because they're due. They're due for a bad game.
Yeah.
Okay. I love the confidence.
Yeah, I like it, too. When you were watching it on Sunday night, were you thinking, this is rigged? Did you actually think
100%. 100%.
Why? I'm just curious to know, because there was so much weird stuff going on during the game.
Yeah.
I could see why somebody would be like, this isn't adding up right now. But from your perspective, why do you think the NFL, at the time, why did it feel like the NFL was out to get the Steelers?
Because this is exactly why. I'll tell you this. When there was a part in the game where it was almost not impossible for the scores match up and be right. And then just how somehow, some way, in the fourth quarter, the most important quarter of a football game, the scores magically are going to line up if this team gets a touchdown and a 2-point conversion. It's like, wow, it's rigged. This is rigged for ratings. It's rigged for views.
That does happen in football. Overtime does happen.
It does, but how many? Let's say this. How many times has it happened this year, you think?
Overtime?
Didn't the Steelers go?
Yeah, the Steelers tied a game.
They had a tie.
We tied a game,
they
yeah.
tied a game.
But if you break down every single
But
NFL
just
game.
Sunday?
Yeah. Well, the overtime, there was, that game.
No, we tied against the Lions.
Yeah, but you went in overtime against the Ravens, too. You're right.
Yeah,
Yeah.
the Ravens. But I'm saying, how many times would you say this year in total in NFL?
I would, off the top of my head, I don't know,
7?
No, more than
more
probably
than
like
that.
15,
I was going to
16.
say, maybe Jake will look up right now. I would say 25.
No, I'd say
It felt like one a week, maybe a couple extra.
It did come down to the end, though. To be fair, there were 2 seconds left on the clock in overtime when that field goal went through, and it seemed like the Chargers were content to get a tie. The Raiders were content to get a tie until that timeout just kind of like shook everything up real quick and kind of snapped people out of whatever fog they were in.
Yeah, I don't agree. I think they were going to try the field goal regardless.
Do you know what's funny is the reason why the Steelers are in the playoffs is because of a tie.
For sure, yeah.
If they had lost that game to the Lions,
saved them. Yeah,
they would the Raiders and the Chargers would be in the playoffs.
Good point. Yeah,
So
the tie saved them.
Tie did save you.
Yeah, and I read a good stat today. Every team that the Chiefs lost to, can you name them or no?
Bills?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
They lost to the
Browns?
Chargers.
Titans.
Did the Browns beat them?
Titans.
What about the Ravens?
The Bills,
Ravens?
the Titans, the Ravens, the Chargers.
Who beat all those teams?
the Steelers?
Steelers must
beat
have.
Steelers are 4-0 against those teams.
Wait, no, they lost 5 games though. The Bengals? Did you beat the Bengals? Oh no.
We didn't beat that.
Oh no. Shit.
We're 4-1.
You didn't get to the end of the stat.
Yeah,
That's okay. It happens.
But we played good against all
4
those
and
teams.
1. That's an 80% chance you're going to win.
Yeah, exactly.
If you do the I don't know what that
these
would
guys
be.
I'm getting my stats from lately, they're just wrong stats.
Who are you getting your stats
I mean,
from?
what about the stat I said the other day? It was a fake stat.
He was like Jerry was like, Big Ben is the longest tenured quarterback of all time for a franchise. I was like, didn't Tom Brady play for the Patriots for 20 years?
Yeah.
And it was
Where are
just
you
a
getting
fake stat.
Who's your stat guy?
I mean, it's the hashtags on Instagram.
Oh, like Steeler stats?
Yeah, like I just put the hashtag Steelers, and it just. I mean, this is just ridiculous.
These
now.
I mean, it's making you look bad.
It is.
And you're a smart guy. This is fucked
We
up.
gotta do, it's a fake news.
Yeah, no, it's definitely something's rigged.
The Bengals, that literally happened last week.
I just read that on the hashtag Steelers.
And the Steelers not only lost to him, they lost to him twice.
It's just ridiculous.
Yeah. All right. Well, we'll feel good. I'm excited. Sunday night, we'll be there with you.
Yep.
Tune in. Gambling
Who's
Cave.
gonna? I just want to know who's gonna be at this.
Brendan won't be there.
Cool.
That was your question.
You got a problem with Brendan?
No, I don't know. I don't have a problem with him. I'm just.
He's got bad vibes.
It seems like there's been you've been hot and cold on him.
Yeah, I mean, because it's just weird. Some days are good, some days are bad, and now I'm at the point where I just don't want to even be around that.
Yeah. So it's all bad.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
All right.